think Water Street could ever become a tourist attraction like many other local riverfront cities are?
That's been the focus of, well, in 2005 when I ran for mayor, 2009, 2013, and it's brought up now. What I do know that I didn't know at that time, and it's happened since I've been in office, as I said before, FEMA has taken over Water Street because it's a floodplain. You had 100-year flood year after year after year, so once FEMA stepped in and did their studies, they shut it down. We are, once again, in an embargo on Water Street. Our building department cannot issue a building permit on Water Street from 251 going west. We were able to, I know I'm repeating myself, but I want to make sure everyone knows, from 251 going east, we were able to take that out of a floodway and floodplain go into a floodway. These are the terminologies that FEMA uses. And we did receive our ability to write permits back again. Water Street, it would be great, it would be nice, but there's nothing we can do about it. Our hands are tied by the federal government, so it is what it is at this time. We're constantly working on it. We just went through 13th Street from Church Street to Peoria Street, and we did a floodplain study, and we were able to take 33 to 38 homes out of the floodplain, which is going to save them probably around $1,000 a year on their homeowners insurance. We are addressing the floods. We are working on it. Water Street we can't do anything with it. It's a fact of life right now.
Thank you. Mr. Perez?
Well, if that's the case, I think that what we need to do are do some of the things that I know that we can do. Where we just took down the power plant. We've got that nice, beautiful area right there where we have the CSO donated the sign. And I think that we could make that a park. It's lifted up. If you go drive down there, you'll see that it's a little higher up than the regular, than the street. And it sits up pretty high. And I don't think there's any reason why we can't make that a park area. If the water comes up, I don't think it's going to cover that park. And I think that it'd even be good to call it CSO Park. They have that sign, they donated it, the city of Peru. It lights up really nice when you come across the river. We need to clean up Water Street. If you drive over 251 Bridge and you look down, the city has an area down there where we have piles of stuff that Public Works uses, and it looks ugly, it looks bad. And I think we need to find another location for that. We need to make Water Street a more attractive area. Even though it floods, how often is it going to flood? There's a lot of times that we can go down there and we can enjoy the riverside without having to worry about water. And I think that we can do something to help beautify it. We have nice planters down there. Enhancing that park would be nice, and I'd really like to see the fireworks go back down to Water Street because we do have that area where we can have people sit and make a family fun area for that. But I think that's what's going to happen eventually. I think with the farmer up north with the fireworks, it took us a while to get approval to even use that this year. And with the mall, depending on what day the 3rd of July falls on, we may not be able to use that up there. So we need to work our way back down to Water Street because that's the only other place that we can do it. And we need to enhance the beautification down there. Thank you.
Thank you. And finally, Mr.
I think what Mayor Harrell is referring to is permanent structures, okay? So you do have, being somewhat familiar with floodplains and floodways, since I am a civil engineer, I can tell you that in a lot of those cases, you are able to put in temporary type things. Okay, for instance, let's just say that you can't get a new building or a new small strip mall or whatever it is that you want to put down there. You still have buildings like the old Red Door that are there and they've been permitted. Granted, I'm not going to argue with anyone what the condition of the old Red Door is. But that being the case, why can't you set up on a temporary basis for parades? Why can't you set up on a temporary basis for the fireworks? I mean, it's not like it has to necessarily be a definitive structure until such time that you may be able to gain access to that. And I'm sure that depending upon what the elevations and stuff are there, whether or not, Mr. Perez's idea of having a park or something there, but certainly a green space, someplace that you could set up, some individual things, whether it's for, a get-together or whether it's, like I said, for a parade or whether it's an event. It is historic. It is interesting. If you happen to get up to the well, both at the City of Peru and before you go into the council chambers, and then yesterday at the Public Works Building, they have a whole series of pictures that the Mays family donated, which are really awesome, that kind of show all the things that happened along the riverfront. And so, I mean, there's a historic part to that, but it doesn't necessarily have to be permanent structures. I think you can enjoy the riverfront, and maybe a park-like setting and still have fun there.